Hello, everyone. So if you're joining me for the replay, please bear with me as people jump on. For those of you who want to join the Magical VIP group, I just want to remind you that sign up for the Magical VIP group ends on January 31st, 2021 for the season. And if you would like to purchase any of the magical products, you can do so in my link in bio. Remember, I believe there's a few, just like probably less than 5 of the New Year's open road candles. So if you want to do that, you can do that in my link in bio or in the description if you're on YouTube. Hello, everyone. What else? Oh, the tarot course is open for sign up, and I think that's it. And if you feel that you need a deep spiritual working, you can book a consultation in my link in bio as well. So, hi. Happy Martin Luther King's Day for those of you who celebrate. And I would just like to say, I hope that everyone is spreading love and inclusiveness out in the world. I believe that this person was very much about trying to bring love into the world. Hopefully that is what we choose to remember. Love and inclusiveness, and that if we are spreading hatred in the world, we're probably not honoring him, right? So anyway, let's move on from that. Spirit asked me today to do a message. This message is really for people whom are visionaries, because let's be honest, not everyone, I'm pretty sure a lot of my followers are visionaries, but for anyone out there in the world who doesn't follow me, who who maybe needs to hear this message, anyone who follows me who needs to hear this message, Spirit wants you to know that if you are living your life trying to appease everyone and everything in the world, trying to appease everyone, trying to make everybody else happy, you're wasting your life. Because we were each born with a purpose to walk in our truth and to live our truth and to express our vision into the world. I will tell you that I lived my life for a really long time. I wasted most of my teen years. I wasted my 20s living in a life where someone, I guess, would call me a sheep, okay? And the reason for that is because I was always trying to follow other people's rules. I was always trying to make other people happy with how I lived my life, with how I expressed myself, with how I spoke, with how I presented my information, how I presented myself. I wasted my life being a sheep for over 20, almost 30 years of my life. I wasted being a sheep. Okay, so I want to say that because I want to tell you this. Most people in the world are offended when they're called a sheep, right? But I was actually glad someone called me a sheep once, because it forced me to be like, what do you mean? And they're like, and they called me out on my shit. They called me out on the fact that I was completely uninformed on what was going on in the world. And that because I supported one piece of something, I was also supporting with it a whole bunch of other things that were not what I believed in, okay? Because I wanted to fit in, because I wanted to be liked, because I wanted to be supported, because I wanted to feel loved. I allowed myself to get involved in things that I, in my heart, knew wasn't right. So someone one day called me a sheep, and I was like, that's offensive. And you know what? I realized that I was being a sheep for a really long time. And that I had visions that I was born, God made me to be born a lion. And And in the sense of being a lion, it doesn't mean that you necessarily hurt other people. But the lions stand up for something. Lions stand up for what they believe in. Lions defend their own. Lions live their life the way they want to live it, and they don't care about what other people or what sheep think. Okay? And I say it this way, not to be offensive to anyone, but I say it because I know from experience what it's like to want to fit in and what it's like to follow what everyone else is doing, because that is, for me, that was me being accepted. And I'm going to tell you right now, being accepted for something that you're not is not true acceptance. Because if someone wants to be your friend because they perceive you to be like them, but they don't accept who you truly are, then they're not there for you, honey. They're not there for you at all. And that's one thing that my grandfather taught me. If someone is only accepting you for what they want you to be, then they're not there for you. They're not. Okay? If someone doesn't accept you for who you are, if someone... I'm a very live and let live kind of person. If something may not be for me, but it's not my place to tell you that you shouldn't live that way. But I will tell you this. If it wasn't for the lions in society, we probably wouldn't move forward in the world. So be okay with being the lion. Be okay with standing out. Be okay with being the friend that all your friends call you crazy because you see something that they don't see. Because you have a gift that they don't have. So just because you have a gift that they don't have doesn't mean that it's not possible. Okay? Because it is possible, because Spirit has shown you that vision. And there have been people in my family, in my friends, people that I've had to let go of. I had to cut off family members. I had to cut off friends because they would eat at my table and then turn around and talk about me behind my back. And here's the thing. Spirit is always listening. Spirit is always listening. Someone said something about me the other day, and literally Spirit told me, within a few minutes. Okay? And I'll tell you this. When you have a strong connection with your spirit guides, Spirit will tell you. I had to cut off people. And I don't always recommend just cutting people off and just whatever, being by yourself. But here's what I have to say to you. If you want to succeed in life and you want to follow your life purpose, you're going to want to allow yourself to look like a fool sometimes. Because we are going around life missing out on who we're meant to be and our life purpose. So I said this message is not for everybody. Because not everybody is willing to hear the hard truth. To get to Him, and it's not just about money. Because the King of Pentacles is not just about money. The King of Pentacles is not just about financial security. The King of Pentacles is about self-confidence. That coin that he's holding in his hand is not just money. It's self-confidence. It's the ability to provide for those that he loves. It's the ability to live in his life purpose. It's his ability to manifest into the physical realm whatever he desires. It's his ability to have health, wealth, and happiness. But if you're not willing to do the fool, if you're not willing to be the fool for a little while, then until all your friends and family see that they were wrong, then you're never going to get to be him. Whether you're a male, whether you're a female or a male, it doesn't matter. Whatever you identify with, you're never going to get to be the King of Pentacles. Because you're too busy listening to what everybody else has to say. I can tell you this from experience because I wasted 20 years of my life. And I guess in a way it's not a waste because I learned the lessons. So I learned the lessons so that those of you who are younger than me can learn it early. And maybe those of you who are older than me know that you still have a chance to do what you desire. You still have a chance to follow your dreams. You still have a chance to follow that vision. If you're breathing today, you still have an opportunity to follow that vision, to take the fool's journey through its entirety and get to the King of Pentacles. I always line up the King of Pentacles as the last card in the tarot. I've never really paid attention to whether it was intentionally that way. But for me, I always line him up as the last card because I feel like he is the last part of ourselves that we tend to give ourselves permission to be. And the Fool's Journey takes you through that entire time. Through all of those lessons, through the lessons of having to walk away from the people and the things that no longer benefit you, having to take the hard hits on the head and the frustrations, and having to deal with the frustrations and wanting things to happen quickly and having to be patient and having to decide what it is that you're going to do. What is it that brings you purpose? What is it that brings you joy? What is it that you want to do for the rest of your life? Maybe sometimes your life purpose is not tied to money. Maybe your life purpose is tied to something else. Maybe your life purpose is tied to being a mother or a father or a teacher, whatever. But trying to decide what your life purpose is all part of it. It's all part of the Fool's Journey. Having people talk shit about you behind your back, even your own family members. Someone said to me the other day, hey, like someone who has a YouTube channel and who's doing pretty well. She said to me the other day, she's like, Priestess May, like, I've had friends tell me that they can't watch me because they can't stand the fact that I was able to do it and they can't, or they're not able to, or like it's me but not them. And I said to that person you're dealing with is so full of evil eye, you do not need that type of people around you. If you have a friend or a family member that says to you that they're not happy for your success, or that they're happy for your success but they wish it was them, that's not inspiration, that's evil eye. That's evil eye. That is the definition of evil eye. And that type of energy will not just affect them, it will affect you. It will affect your success. It will affect you moving forward. Because even if you don't realize it, you internalize it in your subconscious mind. It's in your subconscious mind. And then what happens when it gets in your subconscious mind? Look at that. You don't know which way to go. Your mind is in every other direction except focused on this. Working your craft. Working whatever your craft is. Getting to working your life purpose. Wherever that is. Your life purpose may be to be a healer or a speaker or motivational speaker or a psychiatrist or I don't know, whatever you like to do, making pottery, whatever it is. But that person's evil eye will get into your subconscious mind, and you will make decisions subconsciously that will sabotage yourself because of that person's evil eye. And this is why it's so important, the energy that you allow around yourself, the people that you allow in your space, on your table. I've had people who have eaten off my table and have turned around and stabbed me in the back. And I had to learn because I didn't listen to Spirit. And Spirit had to say to me, I told you so. I told you that person was not worth sitting at your table. Okay? So there's a lot of self-betrayal going on in the world right now, where people feel like in order for them to be liked, in order for them to do anything, they have to betray themselves. There's a self-betrayal. I said it before the card even came out. So you're going around betraying your intuition, betraying the inner high priestess within yourself, whether you're a man or a woman. You betray your intuition. You betray your higher self. You betray yourself, and you betray your spirit guides in a way, because your spirit guides are telling you this is not good for you, but you're slapping them in the face and saying, I know better than you. when they have heard conversations that you haven't heard. So you're betraying yourself. I had a meditation, a pretty deep meditation the other night, and Spirit said to me, realize that everyone in your life is you manifested in another person. Okay? So when we have certain people in our lives, they're there to teach us a lesson. So if we're here manifested from a spirit into a physical being, and we other people are mirrors for ourselves. Not only is Spirit saying to you, like, that person is not good for you, but that Spirit may allow someone to be in your life so that you can see yourself in the mirror. And you can say, wow, that person is really petty. I don't like that about myself. So I'm going to not do that anymore. And I'm not going to be around energy that enables me to do that. That enables me to betray myself and betray others as well in the process, right? And we keep doing it over and over and over again. A lot of us have the problem. My biggest issue is I always betrayed myself for the people I loved. Always. Even when it seemed like I was living my life the way I wanted to, in the back of my mind, in the bottom of my stomach, I was always feeling guilty for living my life the way that I wanted to live it, for living my life the way in my intuition, in my gut, in every part of my being. God was telling me this is the way you're supposed to live your life. But I wanted other people to be happy with my life too. I wanted other people to be part of my life. I wanted to force other people to love me when you can't force anyone to love you. So I had to learn the hard way that you can't betray yourself for others. Betraying yourself for others is not going to get you where you want. It's not going to get you to give birth to the things that you desire in your life. It's only going to give you grief and destruction all the time. Because if your gut is constantly telling you to go left, but the crowd is going right, and you want to go to the right because the crowd is going to the right, but your gut and Spirit is telling you, no, go to the left. I lived through 9/11. So when the towers went down, whatever way they went down, whether it was legitimate or not, does not matter. When the towers went down in 9/11, there were people that I know that were supposed to be in those towers that day. And because they listened to their gut, and because their spirit guides got in the way, because they had a connection with their spirit guides, they didn't go that day. And they survived. And there were people whom I've done readings for, whose family member died in the towers. And the Spirit said to me, I wish I would have listened to my gut. My gut was telling me not to go to work that day. It's crazy because we always want to blame Spirit when something happens to us that we don't like. But if we really analyze the warnings that Spirit gives us, we'll realize that the warnings were there all along. The flags were there all along, but we just didn't want to listen because it was not what we wanted to hear. Just because what Spirit is telling you is not what you want to hear, just because what Spirit is telling you is not what the majority of people are doing, does not mean that they're not right. A lot of people get readings because they want to hear what they want to hear. And I always tell people, don't get a reading with me because you want to hear what you want to hear. Because I always speak what Spirit shows me. And it may be something that you want to hear and may not. Okay? I've had to tell people that their relationships are over. I've had to tell people that they have to move on. I've had to tell people the hardest of things during my readings because I have to stay true to myself and to my gift. Because if I just box things in the way that you want to receive them, then I'm betraying myself and I'm betraying my spirits. and I'm betraying my purpose here. So I would always say, sorry, I got distracted. I would always say, to stay true to your vision. Stay true to your vision. Stay true to your vision. Listen, I've gotten visions over this whole year that do not agree with a lot of the things going on. And, I haven't said a lot because I just don't want to start arguments on the internet. I know what I see. I know what Spirit is telling me. And I know what is going to happen in the coming days. But Spirit has asked me to keep my mouth shut for now. Because I know the truth. Because I've listened to my spirits. Not because I've listened to politics. Not because I've listened to everybody's opinions on the internet. But because Spirit has told me what is going to happen. Okay? And when you listen to Spirit, you don't have to try to find someone else to believe you because they are telling you. And there are so many people that will try to get you to pollute your vision because it's not what they want to hear. And I am here to tell you today, if you don't remember anything else I say, do not allow anyone else to pollute your vision. Because your vision comes from God. And if you will have faith, and if you have faith in your ancestors, in your spirit guides, in your guardian angels, whatever it is, it may feel a little lonely at first, but you're never alone. You are never alone because your spirit guides are there. Your quadrant is there. They're always there if you're just willing to listen. And you know what? The cream rises to the top. So if you are someone who follows your vision and succeeds and you rise to the top, do not feel guilty. Give back. Give back because Spirit always asks that you give back. You've earned it. If you rise to the top because you listen to your vision and you don't let anyone pollute your vision, give back to those who need it more. Give back. But by God's sake, do not invite the same people that doubted you to your table. Because next time you have a vision, they'll do it again. Those who eat with you when you have nothing are the ones that deserve to eat with you when you have everything. And that's that, my loves. And Spirit is always saying, forgive others. And people are like, how am I supposed to forgive this person? Blah, blah. Because people hear the word forgiveness and automatically you think, I have to sit at the same table with this person because I forgive them. No, that's not true. You can forgive someone and never speak to them again. It's about resolving this in the astral realm. It's about resolving that situation in the astral realm and being like, okay, that's resolved. God knows my intention. God knows my heart. And that's it. Forgiving them. You don't have to speak to them. You can write a letter. You can write. You can say it. You can do a meditation. You can do a hypnosis and speak to their higher self. Whatever it is you need to do to move forward and forgive. Because I know that a lot of people's visions have been polluted by people they love the most. So, of course, when your vision is polluted by someone you love the most, it's extremely hard to forgive them. And it's extremely hard to live with that. But I have to tell you this. If you hold on to that grudge, if you hold on to that anger, it's not going to help your vision either. Okay? And it's important it's going to pollute your vision as well. It's best to forgive a person I've done a lot of forgiving this year. A lot of forgiving work. It's best to forgive this person in your heart and move forward, because then when that person comes across you and they see your success, you can just enjoy it even more, because it's not about flaunting your success, but it's about having that peace of mind of knowing, like, I never wronged you, and now Spirit has rewarded me for it, and I can move forward, and I can enjoy my success. Okay? I can enjoy my success without keeping that person in the back of your mind, or without that guilt, or without any of those negative emotions. Clear conscious. All right. All right, my dears, that is the message of the day. So, take your time. Just remember that when you hold a grudge for someone else, there are things that I've gone through that I don't talk about on here, because there are people in my family that don't know about things that I've experienced, and I'd rather they not know. However, I have to say this to you. If you hold on to anger and sadness and hatred for someone who wronged you, they win. That's all I have to say on that. So remember, don't let anyone pollute your vision. Remove from your life the things and people that no longer benefit the vision that Spirit has given you, that God has given you, because this is the year for you to fulfill your vision, to make your vision come true, and for you to find yourself again. All right? Much love and blessings to you all. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.